State Opera Orchestra. All are on the faculty at the Liszt Academy. Leo Weiner is best known to clarinetists for his work Példeki Verbunk. For many Hungarian clarinetists, Weiner represents much more. In addition to being an accomplished composer, he was also a longtime chamber music coach at the Liszt Academy. He was highly regarded for cultivating a Hungarian musical style within a late Romantic tradition. Mr. Kovács worked with Weiner extensively, sharing much about his approach to chamber music and musical style. Mr. Kovács was also a great storyteller. He said Weiner was not enamored with Bartók. He never liked to conduct Bartók's music, and especially Hungarian pictures or Hungarian sketches. Weiner would make his own arrangement. Weiner didn't care for Kodály either. Kovács told me of the chamber music coaching that Weiner had at the flat of the cellist in the ensemble. There was a newspaper with a photo of Kodály on the cover at a nearby coffee table. Weiner saw it, walked over, picked it up, turned it over, and slammed it down on the coffee table so he didn't have to see it while he was there. Perhaps his overt reactions to Bartók and Kodály illustrated isolated personal impressions that belied an underlying respect and regard. Kovács described Weiner as a lonely person and very sensitive. Kovács noted his three interests were music, coffee, and chess. We will now hear some of Mr. Kovács' perspectives in his own words. The brief duration of these excerpts reflects only a few of the many salient points he made over the course of a substantive and expansive conversation that we had over 2 hours. I think this is important context to keep in mind as we proceed. Some of what you will hear will not be breaking news necessarily, while some of this may be revealing. But the idea here is to get a sense of his connection to these composers and these works in his own words. I had recorded Példeki Verbunk about 10 years before this interview, so I was very interested in what Kovács had to say. He emphasized the importance of understanding this Verbunkos style. First thing he did was walk over to the piano and play an excerpt from the intermezzo movement from Kodály's Herr János.
Yes, yes. Yes.
So he made a point to say that we must remember that this is a charge. Then he emphasized how important it was to think of this as a dance.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very far from dancing.
Yeah.
In Kovács' view, this is the essence of what Weiner had in mind for the opening of Példeki Verbunk. He said that Weiner asked him not to play this opening too slowly. Here's Mr. Kovács singing a tempo which he often heard but believed was too slow for the opening of this work.
Nagyon sokan játsszák lassan, mert azt gyorsan
So it's a variation.
He heard my recording. It was too slow. Kind of like he's saying it. Here's his recording. A little more brisk. then he went on to say that these variations that follow should be in the same tempo.
It should be just the same tempo as the theme and the paragraph.
Erre pedig azt mondta, hogy olyan.
Jump ahead to the next page. These are the variations following the return of the opening. The variations that follow should stay in the same tempo. And what he's starting to describe here is the fact that all of these notes and these passages should sound like a soldier swinging his sword. So that's what he's describing in this next excerpt.
Pedig egy katonai király gyakorlják. Ez is ő volt. Távol állt tőle a hegytávol, hogy valami egy katonai dolog.
So this scale.
Last utolsó piken.
And then when we get to the cadenza towards the end, as we started, these lower notes represent the left hand, as if this were being accompanied by the piano. If there were a piano part, that would be the left hand. Too many clarinetists, in Kovács's view, take too much time at this point. This is a point where even though it's the start of the cadenza, to keep it moving and to get it going. That's what he's describing here.
És akkor folytatja fel. Azt jól. Onnan mit crescendo, onnan piano also.
Now he's moved on to the dance of Galanta, which I'll do and catch up in a moment. So we turn to